in order to take advantage of views in Adonis, we need to register the view provider. So going inside the app.js file inside the start directory, we can just simply append to this array, and we can type out Adonis.js framework providers and then view provider. So now we can gain access to the view instance inside the controller. Speaking of that, we can go back inside here and we want to pass in the view instance as well. So now we have request and view. So now, before we actually write some HTML, we need to first create a view file. So back inside the command line, we can once again press Ctrl C and terminate the server. Then type out Adonis make, and then view, and call this one game. We now have a new file under resources views called game.edge. So edge is basically just HTML, but it's using the edge templating engine. So now we can once again restart the server. We'll press enter here, Adonis serve dev. Okay, so inside the text editor, we can open up that new file under resources, views, and then game.edge. Okay, so a blank file. Before we start with HTML, back inside the game controller file, we want to get rid of all this stuff right here. Actually, just this if statement and also this right here. That way we're left with only guess number and then random number. So now we have these two constants. We want to give these two constants, these two values, to the game edge file. So to do this, we're going to first return view.render and then pass into the render function the name of the view. In our case, it'll be game. So we're saying return the game view, and we also are going to pass in some variables or some data to that view. We can do this by using an object literal and just saying, alright, guess number and then random number. Okay, so now this game edge file has access to these two variables right here. Okay, so now we can do some simple logic inside the game edge file. So we can actually, using the edge templating engine, we can say if there is no guessed number, so we're just going to be repeating the previous code that was inside here, inside the game view. So we're going to say if there's no guessed number, then print out to the screen using a paragraph tag, so some HTML right here, please specify a number in the URL bar. There we are. Okay. We can also say, alright, else if. We can use the else if right here. We can say if the guessed number equals the random number, then there's a match. So we can use the h2 tag and we can say matched, just like that. Okay. But if that's not true, so else, we want to just say the match has failed, so match failed, the actual number was, and now using a double curly brace, we can now print out one of these variables to the screen. So we can put in random number right there. And we also need to just say end if to specify the end of the if statement. And that is all the logic transferred into the view. So now in the browser, if we go here and we refresh this one, we see we get the application in its final form, just like that. Nice and nice. Obviously nice and nice, awesome. But here, obviously you can go in here and add some CSS, add some JavaScript, make it look nice. But that's all for this video series. As I said, it was simply just because I know some people like to watch videos instead of reading documentation. So hopefully you learned something. But if you do want to see more Adonis.js video series or tutorials, let me know in the comments, because I'm not too sure if this thing is really popular. And but if you do enjoy it, then let me know, and I'll see if I can make some other ones. But yeah, thank you for watching. See you later.